Next week, 7 o'clock, 7:15, I think it is. That's when the Bucs face the Lions in Detroit, and the Bucs got to 5-1 yesterday with an impressive win over the San Francisco 49ers. Baker Mayfield thrusting himself into not just the MVP conversation, but
he is the MVP now.
He's the guy.
There's 6 weeks.
I was making the point over the weekend, Jared Goff, the fact that the Lions were moving toward the 1 seed, and Goff's numbers are very, very good. They lost. The Bucs didn't, and that's what makes Monday night's game. I mean, this is it's not quite 49ers Giants week 11, 1990, right, when they were both 10-1.
Yeah.
But damn, it's spicy. It's spicy, and the winner of this game next Monday night is really going to stake their claim to the best team in the NFC because the Bucs beat the 49ers yesterday, because Baker Mayfield played the way he did, even though Mike Evans was out, Chris Godwin was out, and they lose Emeka Egbuka in the second half. Doesn't matter. Put anybody out there, and Baker Mayfield's getting it done.
They're incredible. That's where I think we look at the Bucs and we go 5-1, and you go, wait, they've been a banged-up football team too. You know, like the Lions, we know they got some issues in the secondary. Yeah, you just named it. And then there's, 2 offensive linemen still not in the starting lineup or rotation for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, yeah, they got some things here where we go, wait, they're 5-1. They're playing really good football, and they're not even at full strength and at the best of their capabilities. I think that's why I'm excited about them. And then you have the magic of the quarterback where, yeah, maybe we're not playing our best football, but I'm an incredible leader. I can make big plays in big moments, and that's what Baker Mayfield continues to do better than anybody in the sport right now. I mean, it's not even close, I don't think. The way he's played through 6 weeks, every game has been high-quality play. When we need you to make your best plays in your biggest moments, you do that, and that continued yesterday. I mean, the 3rd and 14 scramble, the game was in the balance. It's 20-19. It's a fun game. We're going back and forth. You see the Baker Mayfield stats, right? And we'll get to it. But here's the 2nd and 8 down the middle. Emeka Egbuka, they need him back. That's for sure. I don't know how long they can survive with him out of the lineup, Mike. But yeah, this game was at first kind of like, hey, we're feeling each other out. The defenses were kind of winning the battle. And then this was about the moment, or mid-second quarter, it started to explode. And we started to see a lot of big plays in the pass game.
Yeah, I mean, Baker Mayfield just gets it done, and the energy he has is infectious.
This is the 3rd and 14
play. And look, he cocks the arm, and then off he goes, and it's just so fun to watch him run. He takes the little choppy steps.
I know, he's not that fast.
He keeps going, and then he reaches the ball out as he's going down.
And then 2 plays later.
And then bang, zip, pow, touchdown. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. That was to Tez Johnson, I believe, and They are fun to watch. He is a throwback, but he's also a modern-day quarterback all wrapped in one. He can extend the play. He can take the play that's called when it goes sideways and turn it into something else. So it's just fun. It's fun, and it's effective. And I say it every week, so what the hell, I'll say it again. They need to pay this guy. Every week, price is going up.
Yeah.
Every week, price is going up.
Well, they make
price
plays. Tampa makes plays. I mean, they make plays. That's what the quarterback's the ultimate playmaker. The defense bends and gives up plays. A little too much at times. But I do think Todd Bowles is adjusting how he plays on the defensive side of the ball a little bit. I have noticed him not being quite as aggressive with the front and rushing 5 all the time, which is one of my pet peeves with Todd Bowles because he's awesome at everything. I just at times I'm like, don't be such a meathead and worry about stopping the run all the time. Like, it's the passing league right now. But that's who he is. But like we saw yesterday, I mean, starts off the game, they get an interception, get the short field right off the bat with a creative little coverage. It confuses Mac Jones and the wide receivers a little bit. He throws a pick there. Late in the game, Jamel Dean has the big pick that kind of closes it out. The 49ers, they made a lot of plays in the past game. Talk about a beat-up football team, and, man, lose Fred Warner and all of that, and we know the receivers are banged up and everything, and they haven't been able to run the ball. But there they are. We're sitting here. They're 4-2 with their backup quarterback, and Mac Jones has played well in just about every game he's played. Yeah, he made some mistakes yesterday. One, I don't know if the first one was really his mistake. The second one, okay, he's throwing an interception down the left sideline. Jamel Dean, they're a little bit desperate. They're trying to push the envelope because they're losing the football game. It didn't work out. 49ers, though, continue to fight and are going to be a pain in the butt in the NFC. You just wonder about how they can handle another injury like Fred Warner. When does Brock Purdy come back? And can they continue to be competitive in what they are on the offensive side of the ball without really a lack of a run game and having to constantly depend on the quarterback in the drop back pass game right now, which is pretty interesting for a Shanahan team.
Well, and the loss of Fred Warner for the season is devastating. He had only missed one game in 8 years with the 49ers. He had a hamstring injury in 2021, dislocated and fractured ankle, done for the year. That hurts. Nick Bosa, already gone. 2 defensive starters left from Super Bowl 58.
Yeah.
That really hurts. And it's going to take all they can do to continue because he's the heart and soul of that team.
He is. He's the emotional leader. Fred Warner is the guy. He's the Baker Mayfield of the 49ers defense. He's the guy that gets everybody going every day at practice. He's the guy you see flying around on Sundays making unbelievable plays that rubs off on everybody on the team that way. So that's a shame to see. It really is. The 49ers and the injury bug, it's crazy. It seems like it hits them every other year some way, somehow.
No, it hit him last year and this year.
There's a double
2020, it hit him.
Right.
24, it hit him.
And 25.
After the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
2019 Super Bowl, 2020 injury bug.
Right.
2023 Super Bowl, 24 injury bug. Injury bug again this year, but they've been winning. They were 1-5 in the division last year. They're 3-0 in the division this year. That's the one kind of ray of hope for the 49ers. They've beaten the Rams, they've beaten the Seahawks, they've beaten the Cardinals. But can they continue? Can they get this thing settled? The irony is Christian McCaffrey's fine.
Right.
All these other guys dropping like flies. McCaffrey keeps going, and McCaffrey's having a great year. They need Purdy back, although Mac Jones can get it done. They're not going to win every game. That was a tough draw for them yesterday to go into Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers are an elite team, and I'd like to think people are going to wake up to it. I got to pick a number 1 team in the power rankings this week. The Lions lost.
Yeah, you're not
the Eagles lost.
Picking them.
I think the Bucs are going to be number 1.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they're going to be number 1.
I don't think you're crazy with that. I mean, it's the Bucs, the Colts. Maybe we start giving Pittsburgh a little credit at some point here. We'll see where it goes. I know we're going to talk about them later in the show, but I understand your Bucs thing. And then on top of that, the Bucs winning the way they're winning, not dominant, but also I think we got to give them a little, leeway and knowing that, of course, they're not at full strength, and they're getting it done without some of their better players on their football team. So we'll see where
Nobody's
it goes.
dominant. Nobody's dominant.
Nobody's dominant
the
right
Colts,
now. You're
the
right.
Colts were the closest thing, but they played with their food
I
yesterday
think we're
against
at
the
a point
Cardinals.
here right now where I would bet from here on out we start to see some teams really round into shape and go on some runs of winning 4 or 5 games in a row and start to see some separation. I would say this is about the time of the year in the modern day NFL where we start to see that a little bit. We'll see where it goes, definitely. But the Bucs are a team certainly that believes. They got a quarterback who's making everybody believe, and they got playmakers everywhere. That was a 49ers team. Hey, it's hard to score points on them. They don't let up a lot of big plays in the pass game, right? We know that. They don't have a ton of sacks, but they can pressure and collapse the pocket on quarterbacks and do that. And then there we are yesterday. The 49ers defense has their moments, but it's like you can only keep the Buccaneers offense in check for so long. It's at some point, like you said earlier, they're going to make some big plays, and he's going to strike downfield. They are bombs and screens all day long, and then they can run the ball too, and that's where they're dangerous, and that's where they're going to be dangerous going forward.
The Buccaneers will be number 1 in the power rankings. I'm looking at last week's. They were number 3. Eagles lost. They were 2. Lions lost. They were 1.
Who did the Eagles lose
Bucs are going to be number 3.
The G-Man.
I walked right into that one. So Baker Mayfield, MVP, he is currently third in the odds behind
who was it? Josh Allen.
Josh Allen plus 185, Patrick Mahomes plus 225, Baker Mayfield plus 425. And then there's a big drop to 15-1. Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, 15-1, Justin Herbert 18-1.
I'm a little surprised by the Mahomes thing. I mean, again, I not that you know my thoughts on Mahomes. He's arguably the greatest quarterback ever. But is it warranted MVP level type of play right now at 3-3? right? That's the other thing we argued last week. I mean, yeah, 3-3. You got to win a whole bunch of more games. Like I heard people last week with the Dak Prescott thing, MVP maybe. It's like 2-1 does not translate to MVP.
Because it's usually a quarterback from one of the top seeds.
Exactly.
Although last year Josh Allen won it without the Bills being the top seed.
Yes,
because
right.
the Chiefs were the top seed, but it was a sluggish year from Mahomes.
Well, a sluggish year for Mahomes. We had Lamar, who was awesome too, and then we went through a stretch where Buffalo was the number 2 seed, and had like a stretch during the season where like Josh Allen had the most memorable plays of the year, like in consecutive weeks. He beat Detroit. You just talked about they only lost 2 games last year. He beat them, right, in Detroit. He had the 49ers, the snow game, and the toss and all that. He had the play of the year maybe with undefeated Chiefs and breaking the run for the touchdown. So, I think that's where that one got him over the hump. But we'll see. I know it's interesting this far or at this point of the year because, Josh Allen, does Daniel Jones or Jonathan Taylor get any credit here for the MVP race as we go forward?
It could split.
It
would split.
It might split.
Like Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott when they were, not that they were MVP candidates, but Rookie of the Year, they split.
Yeah, right.
And they may have. It's been 9 years ago, so who the hell knows? But I remember at times there was talk about MVP for both of them, and it's like they're going to split votes. That's a problem.
Yeah, right.
You'd have to go very deep into the odds to find Tez Johnson for MVP, but he at least for a moment yesterday thought that he was a candidate. Here he is from after the game.
I'll tell you a funny story. This is crazy. When I score and I hit MVP chant, I'm thinking they talking about me. So I asked Shep. I'm like, Shep, they was chanting MVP? And he was like, yeah. I was like, I ain't do nothing this year. And then he was like, they talking about Baker, Tez. And I was like, well, that explains it. But he is the MVP. The one he got the first down on, he said he blacked out. But, I mean, that's just Baker. The pump fake get everybody. I'm just like, oh, my God, he's a dog.
That is so good.
That's
that is
amazing.
So good. Because we've all been in one of those moments where we're like, hey, why are they doing?
Yeah.
Oh, it's for the other person.
That's amazing that he was cool enough to be honest to say that he had that moment right there.
That is so good.
And I think, the words he uses for Baker Mayfield, that's the word for, a guy that's gritty and tough and the man.
D-A-W-G.
Yeah, D-A-W-G.
Like Deputy Dog. I think Deputy Dog was D-A-W-G.
Yeah, he might have been. I don't know.
I think he was.
But either way, this is he's one of those guys, Baker Mayfield, and they got some mojo going down there in Tampa right now.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.